Imagine you're deep in the desert, miles away from civilization. The sun beats down on you as you trek through rugged terrain. Your only company is the sound of your footsteps. You've been hiking for hours, your water supply running low, but you press on, driven by the thrill of discovery. And then you come across something strange and unexplainable. Your heart races. What do you do next? This is Fatal Tragedies, with the horrifying story of the YouTuber who vanished in a mysterious cave. Kenny Veach, born in 1967 in Las Vegas, was a fearless explorer who found his thrill wandering the untamed deserts of Nevada and California. Known on YouTube as Snakebit McGee, he captured the hearts of viewers with his solo hikes that stretched over days, sharing the raw beauty and eerie mysteries of the wilderness. With a knack for adventure, Kenny often brought back fascinating finds like animal bones and desert treasures to adorn his home, each piece telling its own story. Before his mysterious disappearance, Kenny made a bold leap. He left his job as a coffee machine technician to pursue his dream of becoming an inventor. One of his creations was a reinvented toilet paper holder, which he even pitched to the hit show Shark Tank. Kenny wasn't just an adventurer, he was a man of eccentric dreams and bold ideas. At one point, he tried to sell his house, but with an unusual twist. The buyer had to hire him as a live-in caretaker and allow him to keep decorating the place in his unique style. Unsurprisingly, nobody took up his peculiar offer. His one true love, however, was the wild, untamed desert. Kenny was drawn to the Mojave Great Basin like a moth to a flame. Armed with little more than the basics, no GPS, no compass, no maps, he would disappear into the wilderness for days, relying on his instincts and his grit. Sometimes his girlfriend, Sharon Pilgrim, joined him, but more often than not, Kenny ventured out alone, chasing solitude and the thrill of the unknown. But one fateful day would change everything. What began as another daring adventure ended in tragedy, leaving behind more questions than answers. In June 2014, Kenny shared an unsettling tale in the comments section of a video called "Son of an Area 51 Technician." His story described a mysterious cave he stumbled upon near Nellis Air Force Base, close to the legendary Area 51. The cave had a bizarre entrance shaped like a perfect capital M.
I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before. It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M.
Curiosity led him to step inside, but something strange happened. Kenny said he felt a powerful vibration coursing through his body, unlike anything he'd ever experienced.
This one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday.
It was accompanied by a deep, unshakable sense of dread, as if the cave itself was warning him to turn back. This is what he wrote. "This ain't nothing. I'm a long-distance hiker, and one time during one of my hikes out by Nellis Air Force Base, I found a hidden cave. The entrance to the cave was shaped like a perfect capital M, and I always enter every cave I find. But as I began to enter this particular cave, my whole body began to vibrate. The closer I got to the cave entrance, the worse the vibrating became. Suddenly I became very scared and hightailed it out of there. That was one of the strangest things that ever happened to me." The comment section was quickly flooded with responses questioning the truth about Kenny's story. Some viewers suggested that he might have dehydrated and was seeing things, while others pointed out that if the cave was real, why didn't he take any photos or record the discovery? Kenny explained by saying,
"There are many caves. I have been in hundreds of them, but this one particular cave was beyond anything I've ever encountered. Someday I'll go back and I'll bring my camera and a weapon with me. All I had at the time was a knife and a wrist rocket."
Sticking true to his words, Kenny embarked on another journey, this time armed with a 9mm handgun and a camera, resolute in his mission to track down the elusive cave once more.
And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before. And something about that cave just spooked me. Out of all the caves I've ever gone in, this one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday.
Kenny was no stranger to the dangers of desert hiking. With years of experience trekking and exploring caves in the harsh Nevada wilderness, he'd always displayed confidence in his ability to navigate the rugged terrain.
And then it starts turning into cliffs and stuff that I gotta start climbing down. It gets a little hairy, but I've done it 2 other times, so I know I can get through. So this is the kind of terrain I hike over all the time. No trails, no trash, no people. But they're not the kind of cave I'm looking for. The kind of cave I'm looking for is deep, and it's dark, and it's shaped like it's shaped just like the letter M. So lots of little caves and stuff along here, and it's about level with the ground, like in an area like this. So I really got to keep my eyes peeled because I don't want to pass it.
But then, despite retracing his steps, Kenny admitted with frustration that he couldn't find the cave again, leaving both him and his audience with more questions than answers.
I did not find the cave. That is so weird. I mean, I thought for sure I was just gonna be able to find it. I remember it being fairly easy. Who knows? But I am at the mouth of the canyon. There, I'm just now coming out.
Kenny's inability to locate the M cave left many YouTube users unimpressed. Disappointed viewers took to the comments section of his video, with some outright criticizing him for failing to back up his extraordinary claim. The pressure mounted as countless users urged him to try again, demanding that he return to the desert and uncover the truth. Kenny replied and said,
I'm going again this weekend. I will be hiking solo for 3 days. I plan on covering about 40 miles. I will cross through the same canyon where I found the cave. If I don't find it again, I will just continue hiking over mountain after mountain to the north of the canyon.
Amid the flood of comments, one stood out, a chilling remark that would resonate deeply and perhaps play a part in what came next. No, do not go back there, the user wrote. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in, you won't get out. With that, on November 10th, 2014, Kenny packed enough supplies for a 3-day hike, determined and undeterred to find the cave. However, whether he found the mysterious cave or not remains a mystery, because Kenny was never seen again. He disappeared into the vast, unforgiving desert. Sadly, very little is known of how he undertook his hike that day in the desert. But all we know is that something went terribly wrong on that fateful hike, leaving behind only questions and the echoes of his haunting story. When Kenny failed to return from his overnight hike, his girlfriend, Sharon, raised the alarm and reported him missing. The search for Kenny began in November 2014, drawing in search and rescue teams to comb the vast desert terrain. Their efforts led them to an abandoned vertical mine shaft, a spot Kenny had showcased in one of his recent videos. Inside the mine, they discovered his cell phone, a haunting clue that hinted at his last known whereabouts. His vehicle was located miles away, deepening the mystery of what might have happened on his ill-fated journey. Dave Cummings, commander of Red Rock Search and Rescue in Las Vegas, weighed in on the discovery of Kenny's cell phone near the mouth of a steep abandoned mine shaft. We found a cell phone close to a very vertical old mine shaft, and we can't find another trail, Cummings explained. It doesn't mean that he's down the mine shaft, but we have tracked him as far as we can. We're having our other crews come in from the search areas. Despite their efforts, the trail had gone cold. Amid the growing mystery, a comment appeared on Kenny's M Cave hike video from someone identifying herself as his girlfriend, Sharon Pilgrim. Her words offered a personal glimpse into Kenny's life, and what followed shed new light on the mystery surrounding his disappearance. She began by saying, "I am the girlfriend that Kenny spoke of in the video. There are so many posts, I had no idea until a friend let me know. So many people are wondering what happened and guessing different things. You are heartfelt about the sadness around what has happened with Kenny. He has not been found, and I feel that he probably will not be found for many, many months, if ever. I want to share what I know and feel about what happened so that you might bring some closure and understanding in your own lives. Sharon continued, painting a picture of Kenny's deep love for hiking in the desert. She shared how they spent countless hours exploring the vast Nevada landscape together, uncovering abandoned ghost towns and forgotten mines. Kenny absolutely loved hiking in the desert. It was his very, very favorite thing to do. We hiked and camped together all over the Nevada desert, sometimes 9 hours in a day. We found many abandoned mining towns, usually referred to as ghost towns by Nevada hikers. We explored many caves and mine shafts. We were always careful how we explored them, but Kenny was a bit more daring than I was. We wore snake guards and protected clothing, used walking sticks, brought enough water and food for the hiking hours, and had extra water and food in the car. He rarely drank all his water. We took wonderful pictures of all sorts of things we saw. Rusted cars, old falling down buildings, cemeteries, mines, wild animals, tarantulas, scorpions, trees, cactus, and flowers. Our deserts are beautiful if you have a love for deserts. But then the tone shifted as she shared something far darker about their relationship. Sharon didn't believe Kenny's disappearance was the result of an accident. She believed that he had taken his own life. I want you to know that I do not think Kenny had an accident. I believe he committed suicide. He battled depression for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. He quit his job a little more than a year before he disappeared. He wanted to see if he could sell his inventions and do what he called cowboy interior design for homes.
Artist, I'm an adventurer, and I am an inventor. And I take all those three talents and I combine them and I just create. Hello everyone at Quirky, my name is Kenny Veach, and I invented the new improved toilet paper roll holder for the household. It works great.
He bought his first home 5 years ago and had an amazing ability of decorating in the style. He wasn't successful in getting a business going and was running out of money after a year of not working. He no longer wanted to work in a job for someone else, and as his money decreased, he became more and more depressed. He really did not look for another job. In early October, with seeing his depression increase, I said to him, "You aren't going to pull a Robin Williams on me, are you?" This is when he opened up more about his depression and his thoughts much of his life about suicide. His father had committed suicide when Kenny was in his early 20s. When I asked him the question, he answered me with "If I decide to do it, you'll be okay because you are good at the law of allowing." He asked me what I would think of him if he did it. He also said if he decided to do it, no one will ever find me. It would be easy to do something like this in the desert with a number of natural caves and mines. Her final words were filled with grief, yet they spoke to the love and the memories that she would carry with her forever. I had many wonderful experiences with Kenny, and will always remember them and have a place of love in my heart for him and the wonderful things we did together. I am healing from my loss and look forward to new experiences with desert hiking, camping, and taking beautiful pictures of our desert. And now the question remains, had Kenny died by suicide? Had he discovered a hidden entrance to Area 51? Had he stumbled upon some great military secret? Was the cave connected to aliens? Or had he simply succumbed to the elements? Kenny's fate remains a mystery to this day. Despite extensive searches, his body was never found, and no one can say for certain what happened to him. However, several chilling theories have surfaced over time. Kenny was known for his daredevil spirit when it came to hiking. He wasn't afraid to take risks, often boasting about playing with rattlesnakes for fun. His solo expeditions into the harsh desert were nothing short of reckless, venturing into remote areas and caves and abandoned mines without a map or compass. Kenny relied on minimal supplies, sometimes just the bare essentials of food and water. The areas he explored were far from any cell phone signal, making his already dangerous hike even riskier. Some believe that Kenny's reckless nature may have led to a tragic end, with theories ranging from him getting lost or injured to succumbing to dehydration or hypothermia. The Mojave Desert is a harsh environment, home to rattlesnakes, mountain lions, and coyotes, and any one of those creatures could have posed a deadly threat during his solo hikes. But there's another far more intriguing theory, that the M cave that he discovered was more than just a natural formation. It could have been the entrance to a secret government facility. Located near Nellis Air Force Base in Area 51, the cave could have concealed classified information. Conspiracy theorists speculate that he stumbled upon something he wasn't meant to find, and his disappearance was a way to silence him. Even wilder theories suggest that his encounter with the cave might have led to an interaction with aliens, disappearing into the unknown. Then again, as his girlfriend Sharon suggested, Kenny's disappearance could have been a tragic act of suicide. She shared her belief that Kenny intentionally left his cell phone behind, knowing it would prevent anybody from tracking his movements. She also pointed out that he didn't take his camera on the hike, indicating that he had no intention of filming anything. Despite extensive searches and numerous theories, Kenny's body has never been found. No one has heard from him in over a decade, and his disappearance remains an unsolved mystery. Whether he met an unfortunate end in the vast Mojave Desert, was abducted by aliens, or something more sinister occurred, the truth is still out there. Do you think he stumbled upon something he shouldn't have? Or did the desert claim him more tragically? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And until next time, stay curious, but stay safe.